My sister stole my $50 K savings for her dream vacation, so I exposed her lies at her engagement party. I never thought my own sister would betray me like this, but here we are. The woman I grew up sharing cereal bowls with and building blanket forts somehow managed to drain my entire savings account while I was dealing with the biggest crisis of my life. What happened next at her engagement party still gives me chills when I think about it. It all started 6 months ago when I got the call that changed everything. My dad had suffered a massive heart attack at work and needed emergency surgery. The medical bills were piling up faster than I could count, and our insurance was fighting every single claim. I had been saving for years to buy my first house, squirreling away every extra dollar from my paychecks into a separate account that I rarely touched. $50,000 of pure determination and sacrifice, sitting there waiting for the right moment. My sister had always been the golden child in our family. She could do no wrong in my parents' eyes, even when she dropped out of college twice or moved back home at 28 because she couldn't hold down a steady job. I was the responsible one, the one who never asked for help, who always had his life together. Maybe that's why nobody suspected what was coming. The surgery went well, but Dad's recovery was slow and expensive. I was splitting my time between the hospital and trying to keep my own life from falling apart. That's when my sister offered to help with some of the financial paperwork. She said she wanted to contribute somehow, and I was drowning in medical bills and insurance forms. I gave her access to my accounts, so she could help organize everything and maybe set up some payment plans. 3 weeks later, I got a notification that my savings account was overdrawn. At first, I thought it was some kind of banking error. There was no way $50,000 could just disappear. I called the bank immediately, and that's when I learned the truth. Multiple large withdrawals had been made over the past 2 weeks, all authorized with my account information. The transactions were all legitimate from a technical standpoint, but I sure as hell didn't make them. My heart sank as I realized what had happened. I confronted my sister that same day, and she broke down crying, claiming she had made a terrible mistake. She said she had borrowed the money for an emergency of her own, but promised to pay it back within a month. The story kept changing every time I pressed for details. First it was for car repairs, then medical bills, then some kind of legal issue she couldn't explain. I gave her the benefit of the doubt because she was family, and maybe there really was some crisis I didn't know about. But as the days passed, her behavior became increasingly strange. She started avoiding my calls and would leave family gatherings early whenever I showed up. Something wasn't adding up, and I decided to do some digging on my own. What I discovered made my blood boil. Through some casual social media stalking, I found out that my sister had been planning an elaborate 3-week vacation to Europe with her boyfriend.